Friday, February the 23rd. Minx has calmed down now. Heaven forbid I got up and went to the bathroom and disturbed her. So, no, she's been in here demanding. Was that an eye roll? It was like, she's like... Man. But yeah, she's been demanding things since I disturbed her slumber. But anyway, it's weekend vibes. Weekend vibes here. So, I've eaten. I made my ham steak in the air fryer. That's pretty good. Oh, I put it away. It's Blue Hog or something like that, and it's like Smoky Mountain barbecue sauce. I was dipping it in. Oh, that stuff's so good. It's so good. So it was between that or my potatoes today. I wasn't sure. But yes. And then there was a nap. And now... Oh yeah, and I got this out of the claw machine this morning. This little guy. So he glows in the dark. Apparently there's a couple different ones of them. He's laying on top of my book. So now he's not laying on top of my book. And we can answer today's question. From the 23rd. What was the last movie that made you cry? Debbie Does Dallas. Because I'll never be able to do it like her. You know, like, as much as I might try. Just can't. Don't have the stamina. Sorry. Is this year of questions going to, like, going to out me as, like, some kind of emotionless robot? It's just auto what's the word I'm looking for? Atomic something? Not atomic. I think Billy says it in the first episode of Power Rangers when he's talking about the Zords. Fully functional. No, that's what he calls Alpha. Automaton? Something? I don't know. I mean, there have been touching moments. I feel like I never used to cry at, like, anything. Like, Land of Before Time, whatever. You know, I watched that movie. I never watched the other childhood trauma film, Neverending Story. If you know, you know. I mean, I've never watched it, but people have talked about the moment enough that I know, but I never watched that. I feel like things on TV and have made me, like, tear up or choke up more as I've gotten older, if that's weird to say. I don't know. When I was younger, I don't know. I guess maybe I just didn't feel emotionally... Maybe I just don't feel emotionally connected to most of anything. I don't know. I don't have dreams. I don't have passions. I don't have... so many things. I don't know. I did get, I was watching that show, Booked, first day, and that my friend's precinct is a part of. And actually, I think I saw her in the background. Actually, it wasn't, she was pretty much, like, in the foreground on the phone talking to someone as the guy was leaving the jail in this episode. But he was talking about, you know, being in and out of jail and whatever. And his brother was actually in the same jail, but like he hadn't got a chance to, like, talk to him or anything because his brother had gotten thrown in basically solitary confinement for breaking some kind of violation or something. He said he went and he pounded on the window, but he couldn't really, like, he could see his brother, but his brother couldn't see him. I guess it's like that, you know, that one-way mirror or two-way mirror or whatever you call it. I don't know. the two-way glass, whatever. And I guess it's thick. So he wasn't sure if his brother could hear him either. But he like went over and pounded on the window and, tried to say something to him, but he's like, I don't know if my brother saw or heard me or whatever. But then as he was going, I guess he was in jail. I mean, spoiler alert, if you look up the episode. I found it on my Philo. I guess it's like an A&E show. Never heard of it. It's in the second season. And this is actually the story where the precinct my friend works for. They gave an update later in the episode toward the end that he'd been in jail for like 34 days or something like that, and he was going to his arraignment or his trial to find out if he was going to be released or whatever, and he actually it turned out that his brother had. I kind of wonder if maybe the show didn't manipulate things to make this moment happen, whatever. But it's still cool. It's still a nice little touching moment, I guess. But it turned out that his brother was also like had some kind of court trial or something that day, so they actually got to like see each other in the hallway, and that was kind of like a a nice moment. I think I might have got a little choked up at that because it was nice that he got to see his brother and whatever. Even though he said that I mean, they've lived lives, that's for sure. Because he said him and his brother hadn't been in the same, what do you call it? Hadn't been in the same facility since they were like in juvie together many years ago or whatever. And, and the guy, talked about like, because he admitted that he had a problem with alcohol. He broke into his mom's house. He said he was breaking into her house to see if she was okay, because nobody had been able to get a hold of her. I feel like there's more to the story than because it's like, why would he? And he went home like after the incident, because they ended up picking him up at home. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, maybe it was out of their hands or something. But he was supposedly like, I think he was a felon or something, or. So, I mean, maybe this was the excuse they used to, go pick him up. I don't know. Because, like, wouldn't his mother have to file charges? Or is it one of those things that just automatically... I don't feel like either I wasn't paying enough attention when they were talking about it, or they just didn't explain it well enough to me. I'm like, they're coming. We live near an Air Force base, so that was probably, I don't know if that was the Stealth or not, but the Stealth bomber goes over all the time. But yeah, I don't know, like, wouldn't his mother have to press charges for him to go to jail, for him to be arrested for it? Or is it just kind of one of those, like, violent crimes that, like, you do the crime, you do the time thing? I don't know. I don't know. And like I said, apparently he had other warrants, and so maybe this was just the excuse they used to go get him. I don't know. But he even admitted at the beginning, he broke into his mom's house, and he's like, I'd been drinking or something like that, or he said something about being drunk or whatever. So, spending this month in jail was actually a good thing for him, because it, like, helped him gain clarity and gain focus, and, he left the episode saying that he wanted to do better, basically, and I hope he does. I hope he does. I mean, I have faith in the human race. I have faith in people even if I don't like them that much. You know what I mean? Like I guess it's that underdog story, that everybody... Like, you always want the underdog to do good or whatever. You want to see somebody prevail. You want to see them, change their ways and, live a better life, I guess. So hopefully they didn't give us that update. They said something about he's on probation. That was the last update they gave us on the guy. So it's like, I mean, I hope, I guess it didn't say that he immediately went back to jail. So, or, I mean, maybe that's information, that they don't have. I don't know, because I don't think they, they might give some kind of update at the end of the season or something, maybe on some of the people or something, or do some kind of, like, oh, here's where these people are now. We kept in contact with them, or we got back in contact with them, or whatever, So, I mean, I hope he does better. But, I mean, you know, I don't know. There's, you know, uh, I mean, sometimes hearing the stories that some of the queens tell on the drag race, you know, that can get you a little teary just to hear what they've gone through and what they've had to endure. Some of them, you know. So I mean, I guess it's more TV. I don't know. I couldn't even tell you the last movie I watched, to be honest. It might have... Well, that wasn't even a movie. That was a short film. It tricked me. The Chiller tricked me into watching that, you know, Gale Stay Away from Oz movie, even though it was, you know, basically a full-length trailer. It was like a short film. It was like 20 minutes long or 20, 30 minutes long, something like that. I was a little disappointed to sit down and watch that and find out that it wasn't like a full-length movie. Which reminds me, I do have a pickup over here that maybe I should tell you about. Maybe not that I'm ever gonna watch. You know, I buy movies and never watch them, but yeah, I mean, it specifically says movie. Oh, I went on until tomorrow. I now know tomorrow's question. Whoops. I'll forget by then. Don't worry. I've already forgotten. What was the last movie that made me cry? I mean, if we're being specific, I don't know. I don't know the last time. I went to see Thanksgiving in the theater. The slasher movie, which apparently did fairly well, because I've seen like figures of the character, you know, so there's merch, so apparently it did somewhat well. I don't know, and I guess the kind of movies that I watch aren't really as like horror movies, you know, slasher movies. People are dying anyway, you know. I watch comedies. You can laugh till you cry in some of those, maybe. I guess action movies, you know, the Marvel Universe, you know, some of the deaths of some of our long-term characters in the MCU. That does happen. That does happen. But I just don't think... I guess it's more TV. I don't know, like... I can't think specifically of... But I mean, there again, you're in the moment, I guess. You're watching the film. You don't really remember, you know, getting emotionally invested. I don't know, but maybe like, you know, characters you watch week to week, you know, or people, if it's a reality show, week to week, that you get, you know, connected to them and their story, and I guess it matters a little bit more, maybe? I don't know. But here and there, I suppose, with TV shows. But I mean, even then, like, you know, nobody's here, nobody's gonna see me. But like, I try to keep myself from, like, so there might be like a tear like roll down the side of my cheek or something. You know, it's not like I'm like straight out bawling or anything, you know. So, but it does happen from time to time. I don't really remember it happening like the actress who played Bobby Spencer on General Hospital recently died, and they had her, you know, episode, you know, they killed off her character on the show, and you know, they had her, but I feel like the funeral for her character like kind of happened and was over I don't know that it necessarily. They did kind of spend a couple days. I guess there was the lead up to the funeral, then there was the funeral, and then there was somebody. There was like there was a reporter that was doing a story on Bobby, and she was like, you know, meeting with people and hearing their stories after the funeral, you know, and all that sort of stuff. So I mean, I guess it was like kind of a 3-day event sort of thing, but that didn't really get me. I don't think, from what I recall, anyway. But yeah, I don't. As far as movies go, I don't know. But TV shows, every once in a while, can get me, I guess. As much as anything can when I'm an emotionless husk, you know. Do what you can do. I guess. So yeah, I don't know. I guess I need to start watching maybe some more Lifetime movies or something, you know. Something with a little bit more heart and soul. I don't know. Sounds kind of boring to me. That's no. Every once in a while I'll do a drama, but I don't know. I guess I got to be interested in the topic. Maybe my dramas are more thrillers. I don't know if I can watch just like a straight drama movie. I don't know. Guess there's got to be a little action in it for me or something. You know, something to keep me entertained. I don't know. But anyway, that's the best answer I can give from all over the place for today's question. And I might go back to sleep. But I will get this uploaded, and I will also see you for when I see you.